This one's on you, Josh.
Oh. I was waiting for the one.
This is the one!
I was looking at my notes.
The end of the countdown is supposed to be silent, so there's a seamless transition to broadcast. Amateurs!
Have you never seen iCarly? Come on! There's like 5 seasons of Freddy going 3, 2.
Anyway, streaming. This is Dustbowl Blues. It's 1933. I was going to say the coterie, the Motley, has just got to the town of Crucifixion, where they are currently on a quest bequeathed to them by the nobility of La Mission.
And it says we're streaming Vampire, by the way. Yeah, sorry.
I hate all of the things. Fuck it, I'll fix it on my tablet. Keep going. Honestly, we'll probably get more views with Vampire.
Honestly, my apologies. This is Vampire the Masquerade Rise of the Free States. But yes, the Motley, on a flying car and literally death's pale horse, have made their way to the city of Crucifixion, where they are looking for a mortal dreamer who is allegedly meant to take part in a great work that will aid the dreaming in the future. However, they must find her, or find him.
Spoiler!
and foster them in their native soil in order for the dreaming to coalesce properly, and that is where we find ourselves. And I believe a certain Mon Jarston was arguing with a man in a deputy's uniform outside of a empty hotel, which the Motley had taken up residence in.
I don't remember arguing with him. I remember saying, I don't know what's going on there.
I defaulted to you being argumentative.
Hold on.
I take offense to this.
Also, how's it going, Daestra? And he brought up a good point. One of these things is not like the other. Melinda, would you like to tell the people what is different?
Hi. I do VTubing now.
Quick, plug your channel.
V-streaming, yeah.
V-streaming, not really VTubing.
Okay, we'll call that a plug.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say anything. I was listening to Adam talk.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding, Adam. I love you. I love you. You are valid, and your voice is heard.
Don't talk anymore then.
Oh, don't do that,
That's a
Adam.
lie.
I'll just mute myself then so I can talk without talking.
What do you want the title to be, Josh?
Changeling the Dreaming Dustbowl Blues. I believe this is session number 4.
Rise of the Free Desperados.
Do you actually want to put the episode number in it? I usually don't like to do that because then people will feel like, oh, well, I have to watch the first 7 before I tune in.
We can just put Changeling the Dreaming, the Free Dustbowl Blues.
All right.
Question mark.
Oh, God. Daestra asking the real questions.
I was going to say, Adam, we could rig you up with a suit of Animu Tid also.
I think Adam mentioned to me earlier that he wants to know the program that I use to see if we could set him up a model.
You shall henceforth be known as Kimochi the Kitsune.
I was gonna go with Green Warrior though, Chaz, the one thing we never did a long time ago.
You say we've never done that. That's been on the back burner all these years. You think I've forgotten? Oh no, I have a 12-episode arc already up here. But they're not ready for that, Adam.
Doesn't Tom kind of have dibs on Kitsune?
Oh, you've been out of the you've been out of the loop for a while.
I mean, all right.
Tom will get the guts mask, the guts armor.
Tom, we bought you a suit of Guts' Berserker armor. Would you wear it on stream?
Is it gonna stab me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And how mad would you be if somebody asked if you were Goblin Slayer?
Fucking peasants don't even recognize the differences in the armor.
I mean, it's better than him thinking that he's fucking... Who's the not black swordsman from Sword Art Online?
Kirito?
Thank you,
Adam
Adam.
knew that immediately.
Adam, your specialties are deeply appreciated.
My qualifications are
Let's push all that weed BS to the side for a little bit. It is currently 1933. Texas Panhandle. I believe you were sleeping next to the door, Chaz, Liam. And you hear voices on the other side of the door. One of them clearly your cowboy companion.
I hear Monjarston.
Yeah, you hear the and another Texan accent voice speaking to him.
Okay.
Not Southern Texan accent.
There's a difference. You say Southern, you can mean a lot of things. You can mean a Kentucky accent, a Carolina accent, Appalachian. I guess you would specifically say Appalachian, but...
So, you fooled Josh by not taking me by surprise. You've given me time to prepare. Rearward's going to stand up, and he never actually changed out of, the stuff he was wearing. So, his stuff might look a little road ragged, but he doesn't look like a vagrant. He's still wearing his, shopkeeper's, I don't know what you'd call it, attire? Suit? So
yeah, I'm imagining a black slacks, white button up, and I'm thinking black suspenders kind of thing.
We'll swap the suspenders for a bolo tie. How's that?
Ew. I never trust anyone with bolo tie.
It's Texas in the 30s. I don't like bolo ties either, but Rearward thinks it looks good.
True.
No one who wears a bolo tie is trustworthy.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Okay, that's probably fair. But I will try to defy that concept because I really want Rearward to be a good guy. I play dicks constantly. Let's hope for this. So, Rearward stands up. He's going to straighten himself up, dust himself, flatten any hair that might have gone awry. And I am going to, again, body language. He's going to set his shoulders, chin up high, and I'm going to open the door like I own the place. And I'm just going to observe the conversation going on until the two gentlemen notice that I'm there.
So you come out, you see Monjarston, who I assume is wearing a cowboy hat and a duster.
Yep. It gets cold in the desert at night.
And you see him not necessarily arguing, but conversing with a very lanky man, probably with a fade haircut, with not long but straight hair kind of combed to the side, and a thin mustache that clearly doesn't grow in very full, and he's lanky.
Is this Officer Hank?
No.
Deputy Hank, I'm sorry.
No, and then the guy just looks a little confused. I was just talking to this feller here. I got a report about some strange folks camping out in the old hotel, and I just want to see what this is all about.
Oh, he's saying that to me?
Yeah. I guess generally addressing you two.
Hi, Yusuf.
Howdy, Yusuf.
Rearward's going to put together this expression on his face. It is calculated to look like he's putting two and two together in real time. Do you want me to give some kind of expression roll for that?
Yeah, go ahead. You can give me a charisma expression.
Charisma expression. Yay! I actually have dots on that. Wait, what happened? There was a chime. Yusuf, you are amazing.
Nearly 2 years.
Damn, Yusuf.
What the hell? What is wrong with you?
2 years of tossing his money into a black hole that is us.
Can't we buy pizza with the money anymore? God damn it.
So March 3rd is going to be a big day for Yusuf then.
What happens March 3rd?
2 years.
Oh, wow. You honor us, man. There's no other ways to say it. What's my difficulty, Josh?
I'll say a standard 6. And Yusuf, you could have just put all that money that you've thrown into us in GME.
Yeah.
Oh.
Support the economy.
Or as I suggested, you should have put it into Beanie Babies.
2 successes.
Beanie Babies.
2 successes.
So I'm gonna. I pause for a moment. This very obvious facial expression that I'm figuring things out, and I'm gonna say, "You got a report." Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. He's not Faye, so he's here in the shit kicker voice. Y'all got a report about strange folks camping out in the hotel. So that means you're the local law around here, and that also means you didn't get my letter.
Excuse me, what letter are you talking about?
What letter, sir? I sent a letter about 2 weeks ago with a down payment of $200 telling y'all that I was about to buy this place. I'm a businessman. My name's Hutch. I'm coming from... Where the fuck am I from, Josh?
San Antonio.
I'm a shopkeep from San Antonio, and I'm here to bring some money back into this town. I sent y'all $200. You telling me that it got lost?
I don't know nothing about no $200, mister. I don't own this property.
Okay. Well, you're local law enforcement around here, and I ain't looking to cause no trouble. And I'm out $200, so I'm already having a bad day. I ain't looking for any trouble with y'all. I need to know what we gots to do to get all this taken care of, and so that there's no problem. Because I ain't no vagrant. People traveling with me ain't no vagrants. We are legitimate business people here looking to revitalize some life back into this fine town of yours. Black Gutter, how you doing? Now you tell me, sir, what we got to do to get this taken care of, and I'm going to make sure it's going to be taken care of.
Well, I suppose you should take it up with the folks that own the place. Most of the property here is owned by the Van Housens.
Van Housen?
Van Housen's? All right. How do gents such as myself go about contacting the Van Housens?
I thought you said you sent them a letter.
I sent the letter to the city there, Mon. By the way, thank you for finding my compatriot here.
I said Van Housen's. I had a different name written down. I can't find it in my notes right now. Sir, if you tried to buy the property, you should have known they're one of the only the biggest family in crucifixion. You can't miss the mansion.
Well, that's why I sent the letter to the city, you see. I ain't never been out this way before. A bit of a dangerous trek, you see. Terrible, terrible windstorm coming on in. So I sent...
Yep, shot it in its face.
I sent the money to your fine man, asked him to forward the money to the necessary people for me, but as the letter did not arrive, I can only draw the assumption that such did not happen, which means that my introduction to the Van Housens is, well, let's call it strange. I don't suppose they're Mr. Sheriff?
That'll just be deputy to you.
All right, fine deputy, sir. Is there any way I could convince you to introduce me? I don't want to make a bad impression. Some stranger showing up out of the blue. That's the whole reason I sent the letter. I think maybe some local law enforcement, helping me get my foot in the door might smooth things over for me, if you wouldn't mind. I'd be much obliged there, sir.
Hello, Valernos.
Hello. Hi, Valernos.
Valernos, how you doing, buddy?
Why don't you give me a manipulation?
Manipulation what now?
Empathy.
Manipulation empathy. I will do that. Would you allow me to use etiquette, since I am trying to flatter him by being very, polite, and also as an autumn she, I cannot botch that.
I will allow it.
All right. Thank you, kind and generous ST, for the bullshit you allow me to pull. Charisma empathy, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Does my specialty of here's the plan apply?
Here's the plan. I will say not necessarily this time.
Okay. 7 dice, difficulty what now?
Standard 6.
That is 2 successes again.
Yeah, well, it's a bit. See, I'm kind of scratching. It's a bit early in the morning.
I'm not asking you to do it now, sir. I understand you came. You're concerned about your town. You came to see what's going on here, but as you can see, everything's on the up and up. So, what say we both get ourselves a nice bit of bite to or a nice sleep? Maybe tomorrow we get a nice bit of bite to eat, my treat, and you can introduce me. I'd be awful appreciative.
I happen to know a place that serves great beans.
You like beans?
You know Tony Two Toes too?
Yeah, he's sleeping upstairs in the hotel.
Well, I do have a bit of pull around here as the deputy, but
Sure you do, sir.
you'd
I can
probably
tell
be
just
better
looking at a fine gentleman like you.
Well, a man knows to respect the law when he sees it, he says, kind of tucking his thumbs into his belt buckle, not his belt buckle, his belt loops. But you'd be better off going through Bill Turner for that kind of business. He's the one that oversees the properties for them and all.
Bill Turner. So he is the executor?
Oh, he used to oversee the cattle ranching and make sure everything on the ranches and the farms all of them goes running smoothly. And ever since they bought up most of the property, since people have been leaving, he has a lot of work to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, sir. You can introduce me to Bill Turner, your preacher, and your mama's cat if you like. I trust you, sir, but I could really use someone to show me around these parts. And if you wouldn't mind, if I'm not imposing, I understand you're a busy man. But like
he's
as
right
I
over there
said,
at the diner having something for breakfast.
what now? Oh shit! Is Bill Turner the guy that he just pissed off?
Yes.
I knew it! I fucking called it! I fucking said it last section that this is gonna bite us in the ass, and somehow, and I don't know how, okay? I don't know how, but every single time something happens, when they do something, it bites me in the ass in particular. This is double cross all over again. I would be much obliged to meet Mr. Turner. But I really need this guy's help.
I was about to say, I've not seen Pirates of the Caribbean in a while. I did not remember that Bill Turner was a character in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that was William Turner's father.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the crew.
Kalima.
When I come up with character names, I should just do a quick Google search next time to make sure they're not have the same name as characters from previous things.
Oh, fuck off, Xavier. You were the one that screwed me over last time.
It'd be like that.
But yeah, he's pointing one thumb over at the diner on the other side of the street.
Well, all right then. He specifically said he didn't want to go now?
No, he's saying he's willing to take you over there. It's like I said, you guys basically came in as the sun was rising, having traveled all night.
All right, sir. I suppose there's nothing else to say but lead the way. Mighty kindly of you. Mon, you're welcome to take whatever bed you like. It'll be mine soon enough. Let's hope.
Well,
does Rearid have any mental connection that Bill Turner is that guy? Not yet.
No,
Okay.
Probably.
Then I am 100% optimistic about this.
Hey, you all assumed it was the sheriff, but no, your first encounter was not with the sheriff. Well, I believe Kyle was the one that made the assumption.
Of what?
You assumed the man that Mon Jarston was pissing off was the sheriff of the town. An old rugged man with white mustache. It was a safe assumption for town sheriff, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a long walk, reared up Liam, as he essentially walks you across the street to the diner.
If you wanna go to somebody else, I'm fine with that because I really don't want to hog the spotlight as I
That's
tend
okay.
to do.
I'll be right back as I grab the correct notebook. Somebody be entertaining for about 2 minutes.
No.
2 minutes is a long time, though, man. Damn.
Da 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 da.
It's a miracle.
I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, Adam. So, if you want an avatar, we can hook you up.
Yeah, I mean, I
We're all
already have the
becoming
program. I just gotta send you the names of the items.
Adam's gonna be the trap.
He's got the toes, man.
Now, I don't mean to dash your hopes, Adam, but I actually don't know how to give the avatar a katana. So.
Yeah, I don't know how to do accessories yet either.
I'll just draw it on the background. I'll just have it
Fucking crayon drawn katana.
There you go, problem solved. It's just a PNG. Just the background. Yeah.
Can you give it a claymore or Tommy gun? Possibly.
What about a gun sword?
No, it's a claymore with a Tommy gun taped to it.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I only accept a claymore with claymore mine strapped to it.
Yes. Oh my god, that would be so devastating.
Yeah, for the wielder too.
I mean,
although honestly,
so we get right.
Honestly, claymore with a Tommy gun strapped to it, that sounds a lot like something Carlo would do.
I mean, claymore with claymore strapped to it also sounds like something Carlo might do.
Okay, Carlo's not suicidal, I don't think.
I mean, if he thinks it's a good idea.
Adam, how suicidal is Carlo?
Okay, does Carlo know what a claymore is? Like, the mine?
Probably, yeah.
I doubt it. They haven't been invented yet.
Hello, Bixwaffle.
Were they around in World War II, or...?
No.
No. Or,
Give us the history lesson.
They're still using, like, tripwire mines.
True.
I mean, they still are today, but I mean, it was far more common to...
Well, Yusuf has reassured us that the claymore was around in 1933.
I am once again in awe of Yusuf's ability to just be a walking encyclopedia of history.
He's getting his master's in it.
What year are we in again? 1930?
It is 1933. I doubt you guys could casually get a hold of a claymore. It's not post-World War II.
Well,
You
I
can't
don't know. Maybe Von Jarston wants to invent the claymore right now.
So went to gunpowder and...
So now that I actually have my notes in front of me again, it's not the Van Housens, but the Vanderbergs.
Oh, 1953. All right.
Oh, 1953. So yeah, you go to the diner with the... In an ideal world, a diner smells of welcome joy of things like butter and pancakes and coffee, but this is more of the smell of grits without butter and you know the nasty smell of like fry grease as compared to the good smell of fry grease kind of
just
thing.
Just like really old fucking oil, like 2 a.m, McDonald's French fries. Yeah, I gotcha.
Don't remind me.
That means I was right.
That is how I partially paid for my first year of college. That and financial aid was working at McDonald's.
I think you might be the last person to actually pay for your own college. Congratulations, you are the legendary millennial that all conservatives believe exists. You're the holy grail, Josh.
I could not have continued that. I had to find other means of paying for my college. Thankfully, it wasn't student loans. But that is another tale. But yes, the smell of McDonald's at 2 or 3 in the morning is probably apt. It is the smell of food, but not the pleasant smell of food that brings joy and comfort. As you see, Bill Turner sitting up at the counter in the old diner, or I guess relatively old, not probably more like a decade, but this thing looks like it's been hit pretty hard, considering it's the Dustbowl. And What the hell do you all want?
I'll extend a hand in his direction. Mr. Bill Turner, sir, my name is Hutch. Terribly sorry about the impertinence. I tried to send a letter, but it's my understanding that it got lost along with my down payment. But in order to sort of make amends for the intrusion, I'll sort of motion to the waitress. Ma'am, I'd like to pay for this man's breakfast today. And why don't you cut him a slice of pie while you're at it, please?
You think they have pie right now?
No.
Yes, it's probably 2 days old, but they fucking have pie.
Like, I want the pie.
I'm trying to rack my brain for what is the least appetizing pie I can think of as.
I think there's an actual like hard times recipe for like I think like a water pie or something.
Pickle pie.
I don't remember how it was made though.
That
I was gonna say something, but I won't.
As you hear the waitress like a pie, right away, sir. Cow pie.
Okay.
Like that pie. Yeah. Yeah, I will say it's probably more of a fluorescent pie. This is definitely something that was made out of a can rather than I'll say cherry pie as the de facto diner pie. And this is clearly something that was. You can tell not necessarily that not a lot of effort was put into making this thing as it gets cut, but
It's like weirdly fucking gray.
yeah, no, that neon color.
that was served back then.
What was water pie?
I mean, I'm surprised no one said cream pie.
Like pie crust, butter, vanilla, flour. I think it's just pie flavored pie, literally.
What is the flavor of pie?
Crust.
The pie is infused with vanilla.
Just like the pie crust.
Because you don't describe something as pie flavored. You describe the flavor of pie by what's inside it.
You're not wrong.
Oh,
Like,
the
I
fucking
agree
pie.
with you,
Oh my
but-
god.
Bubblegum pie.
But as Mr. Turnbull said, what's his business about a letter?
So I will sit down on the stool next to him. Has the waitress brought his pie yet?
I will say yes.
Does she have a name tag?
I believe I gave it to Tom last time, but was I smart enough to write it down? Probably not.
Dude, my world, right? Right? Shitty note bros. Pound it.
I was better than this in college.
You feel the professors.
So what you do is you get a pie crust, you pour water into it, and then you add like a light mixture of like just a small bit of flour and some sugar. And you don't mix it; you just let it float, and then you throw some like little pats of butter in, and you bake it, and then you refrigerate it and let it like condense. And that's all it is. It's basically just like the primary component's water. It's like a weird gelatin almost.
I would try it. I do not expect to enjoy it.
I will say her name tag is Maggie, the waitress that Mom Jarson was regaling with tales earlier.
There's Brunhilde.
Brunhilde.
So I'll slip her, whatever I think the cost of the meal is, plus the pie and like an extra $2. Like that's a sizable tip in the 30s, right?
Oh yeah, that would be a huge tip considering it is 33.
I will slide it across the counter, making sure that it is in full view of Mr. Turner here, and be like, "There you go, Maggie. Why don't you keep the rest, darling? Thanks."
Yeah, that's mighty kind of you, sir.
Just a little San Antonio hospitality, ma'am. So at this point, I turn back to Bill after this performative gesture. Well, you see, Mr. Turner, as I said, I just got into town last night and tried sending a letter about 2 weeks ahead of myself, but, our fine deputy over here tells me that the letter got lost. Along with my $200 that I sent with it. Now, that is a shame, but lucky for me, I do have a bit more where that came from. And, well, you seem like a busy man, sir, and I've already intruded on your morning enough. My aim is to buy that there hotel across the street and, hopefully, inject some life into this town. I'm a shop owner from San Antonio, you see. Got a little bit of business experience from out that way, and I think I can be a real asset to this place if you let me.
He kind of stops and what the hell you want the old hotel for? Ain't nobody coming around these parts. Not anymore.
Ain't nobody coming around these parts yet, sir. Now, that is what we in San Antonio call an untapped market, and I believe that I am just the man to capitalize on it.
There's an untapped market because there's no damn tap in the wells.
Well, we'll see about that, sir. I mean, maybe people don't come here because there's no reason to come here. Maybe if there was a very nice resort, a place to get away from it all, an oasis in the middle of the Dustbowl, I think you'd see some takers. Now, we might have to reasonably price it, at least for the first year or so. You know, it's what we in business call a loss leader, but I think if we can get a stream of revenue going, what do you think? And it's right across the street from Maggie's here. What you think, Maggie, darling? Would you like a couple more customers in this place?
I don't know about customers, but I could sure use a little more money like this, she says, kind of fanning herself with the $2 you gave her.
The $2 whole bucks.
Yeah. Funnily enough, tipping was invented not invented, but became customary during the Great Depression. So you were engaging in a very bourgeoisie activity by tipping. As rich people started tipping in order to get better service during the Great Depression.
Let's see. Hutch has 2 whole resources. Yeah, that's pretty bourgeoisie for the Dust Bowl.
You are well off for the Dust Bowl, but in 2 dots of resources can go by pretty fast in these times.
Like 12 gallons of milk.
What was that game we were playing where all of our currency was judged by milk? I think that was Rise 1. Like episode 5. The running gag was like, oh yeah, that's so much milk. Is that what you were referencing? Is that what you were referencing, Blixwafa? See, you were way ahead of me. Sorry, Tom, I didn't mean to cut you off. I've done that like 3 times tonight. Please speak.
I'm used to it.
Don't be. I apologize. I love you, Tom. Say your piece.
I was just saying that it's because milk doesn't go up in price very often. It's a very fixed price because people stop buying milk when it gets too expensive.
So you are free to waste the money in any way you see fit, but I'm not sure the Vanderbergs are going to be willing to just throw away their property like that.
I ain't asking them to throw it away. I'm looking to buy it fair and square. You see, Mr. Turner, if I may be bold, I think more than what people need in this time is a little hope. Maybe someplace nice to go might give them that.
They do, and it's called church.
I ain't gonna argue with you there, sir. I got nothing but respect for the religion and the pulpit, but, that's...
Did you say you're Catholic? Pulls out a gun.
Has a cross on it?
It'd be a Protestant town.
I mean, honestly, probably right. But it's my experience that folks fill up on a religion on Sunday, but come Monday, even the preacher himself needs a place to unwind. Maybe we can give him a little bit of God's green earth here in the Dust Bowl. What do you say?
Well, I'll bring it up to the Vanderbergs, but I ain't making you any guarantees, boy.
I ain't asking for nothing, sir, but if you would at least ask for me and let me know what they say, I would be deeply obliged.
Well, I don't know how they're going to feel about you crashing in there till then.
Is there another hotel that we can stay in?
You elicit a chuckle from everybody within the diner.
I do believe, sir, that I just elucidated the need for my business. Perhaps, as I said, I tried to send a $200 down payment ahead of myself. Such did not come to transpire. Would another sort of down payment happen to assuage the Vanderburg's mind?
Why don't you give me a, I want to say manipulation deception, but what is it in this one? My brain went half V20, half D&D 5e, I think, for a second.
Subterfuge?
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah, we'll go with subterfuge, as you are blatantly lying about a down payment.
Skullduggery.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
This looks like a man who doesn't take a lot of BS, so I'm going to say difficulty 8.
I have 5 dice at a difficulty 8. How do I feel about that? Statistically, I think that's in my favor. But it is the Onyx Dice app, and it likes to give me a lot of ones. How's my willpower? Oof. I'm going to have to start asking you about acting like a regent more often, but I'm going to spend some willpower on this roll, I think.
Okay. So you spend the 1 willpower.
Oh, I love spending willpower.
What could possibly go wrong?
And that is a total of 3 successes with my willpower.
Okay. He kind of takes a look behind you, looking at the car parked in front of the hotel on the other side of the street. He says, well, I suppose a down payment of 50 will at least see you through the rest of the day and the next night.
Do I have 50 liquid?
You have 2 dots of resources. $50 in 1933. It depends, I guess. You emptied your general store. What do you call it?
The till? I did.
Yeah,
I cannot tell a lie. I gave that to my mom. Or did I? I'm pretty sure I gave her the money from the till to see her through while I was gone. And I gave her all my perishable shit.
Yeah, he's basically asking for $1,000 in modern day money.
For a property, that's
He's asking for $1,000 to stay the night at a fucking hotel.
Oh,
An abandoned hotel.
All right.
As he kind of looks from you and looks to the $2 that Maggie's putting into her apron.
Okay. All right. This is where Reared's going to come online. I don't want to use Sovereign, not yet. We're not going to tap into the dreaming for this. He's just going to use his natural shit on this guy. A more than fair price, sir, but as I said, I am currently out $200, and as I have been traveling, not a lot of my resources are currently, shall we say, liquid. So, what if, in lieu of such, we sign a promissory note over to the... What do they call it? Van Houten's?
Vanderburgs.
Over to the Vanderburgs. And we will make this part of the overall purchase price. So I'm at least agreeing to that much for the night, plus to pay at least that much for the residents.
Why don't you give me manipulation law?
Manipulation law.
Since I don't think finances is a thing in this edition.
Flanders?
Flanders?
Would you let me use charisma law? Because I'm really trying to tap into my here's the plan specialty. It's the same dice pool, but I get a specialty with it.
I'll say go ahead.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
I will say you're still doing this at a difficulty 8. This is... the banality is oozing off of this man as you are clearly dealing with somebody who thinks in terms of mammon, we will say.
Well, this is where I need to be. All right. 5 dice. You better give me a fucking 10, you fucker. No 10s, but 2 8s.
Okay. Valerinos really wants you to kill this man.
Oh no.
You say he seems like a man who would not be Mr. Valerinos, but I will say in a city of like 500 to 1,000 people, every person who goes missing is somebody.
Reared is not that kind of person. I feel like he is legitimately probably a violence last sort of deal. Also, I lowballed literally all of my physical stuff, so I can promise you that he is a violence last sort of person.
So please don't hit me, basically.
Hit him with the Claymore, take out him and the whole... Where did the diner go?
But where's the caveman?
Well, I guess being a Shi'ite is essentially like, bro, please don't hit me. My dad is a lawyer. Except for this, you are the lawyer.
Please don't hit me. I'm better than you.
And the untucked button down.
Literally describing someone I know.
Oh, I bet.
Is it someone you work with?
Used to.
Work with? Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Like the leather flip-flops and whatnot. It's like the literal my dad's a lawyer outfit.
Is it the person who is like, my dad didn't buy me a new suit this summer for vacationing? Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wait, so he's Tamaki from Orin Host Club?
No idea what that means.
Oh, dude. Okay, look. We have agreed on previous occasions that I am the least weeby here. At least Josh has said so, because somebody asked. I remember this. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Orin Host Club is a good anime worth watching. And it is not my particular style of anime, because I don't usually go for shoujo reverse harem, as I guess it would technically be.
But Ted, you're old school weeb, though.
I totally am. I used to be a weeaboo, but my post-weeaboo self is able to say, without any reservations, Orin Host Club holds up. See, I told you, Blixwafa, I used to be a weeb.
Those were the days, man.
I will say he pulls out a paper napkin, writes down a basic agreement, and slides it over to you.
I'm going to analyze the shit out of this. I'm going to read this fucking thing like I'm negotiating with the devil in the 9 hells. Is there any
Texas
like... Is there any like catches, snares, weird clauses that I need to be aware of? Like, what exactly am I agreeing to?
It is the fact that it's written on a napkin is kind of a very basic. I am agreeing to this, and I'm agreeing to pay this should this deal go through. If not, I will basically be kicked out, kind of thing.
Okay. And what the amount specified, is it the $50 that he stated?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanna scan this with a perception law real fast, just to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Go ahead.
I can tell in Josh's voice, like, this is one of the times where you're reading too much into this, man. Just fucking do the thing so we can move on. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Poggers. Is poggers a good thing? That's what the kids say nowadays, right? A 9, and an 8.
I felt the cringe that Yusuf just experienced.
The wave of cringe echoed through the CAFCON fandom.
PogChamp.
3 successes.
Hello, kids. Sorry, Chess. I love you, buddy.
That sounds like a meme someone could put together.
This is hardly better than like a gentleman's agreement. Looking at it as you analyze it, it's probably no more than like 3 or 4 sentences with his signature on it.
It's fucking misspelled and shit.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty well written. This man isn't necessarily highly educated, but he is not no stranger to paperwork.
What a real fucking cowboy!
But he is essentially an estate manager for the Vanderbergs, as it was explained to you. but yeah, it's just from the way this man kind of throws his weight around reading this. If you don't pay up, he's gonna cause a fuss about this. Basically, is what you're getting out of this.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Okay. Reared feels like he came out the winner in this one, so he's gonna sign it. As I slide it back, and I say, Mr. Turner, you are by far the most affable and agreeable man I have met since leaving good old San Antonio, and it has been a pleasure to do business with you. May I say we should definitely have breakfast again under a bit more auspicious circumstances.
I prefer to take my breakfast alone.
Man of strong silence. I can respect that, sir. In that case, I shan't trouble you any further, sir. I thank you for your time already. As I tip my weird flat hat to him, and I will return the gesture to the deputy and to Maggie, and I'll get the fuck out of there, and I will... Immediately as I leave the diner, my shoulders just drop, and Rear is weary as fuck, because I'm on one willpower, and I'm hearing that dinging noise that Pokemon make when you get them into the red zone.
Does Mon Jarston plan on doing anything, or is he going to go tuck her in for the morning with the rest of the motley?
Oh, I don't have anything else to do, so yeah, I'm gonna go tuck her in. I'm sure my horse is doing whatever it feels like.
It's the 1930s, so there might be a water trough somewhere.
By the way, I apologize to everybody for monopolizing the last 46 minutes. I tried not to.
You can see pictures from here in Texas in like modern times of people still like riding their horses and parking them, so to speak, in front of like gas stations while they go inside. Are they putting gas on the horses? Surprisingly, no. But cowboys have to go.
No.
Cowboys have to go pick up their tall boys from somewhere, I suppose.
Is it kind of drinking and driving though? If you're driving a horse,
You're riding a horse, Adam.
but does it count still?
I think they can't get you for like a DUI, but I think you can get cited basically. Yeah, public intoxication.
The horse is driving.
Do you drive yourself when you walk?
If I'm drunk, yes.
I was going to say somebody.
Adam has tank controls when he's drunk.
I was going to say somebody who believes in the Cartesian theater of the mind might say that you are technically driving your body, but nobody seriously takes Descartes anymore. So,
one of my favorite expressions that I've heard was when Chaz would be like, "Yeah, I'll head over there on my Chevrolet." So I was like,
I stole that from somebody.
I mean, I'm sure, but it still got me really good. Not expecting it.
What's up, HTG?
So you all are turning in essentially for the morning. Around what time do you think most of you will be waking up?
Real fucking early, at least 4 p.m.
So I will say it's probably a little past 6 by the time most of you guys are turning in at the hotel.
A.M.?
Yeah, 6 a.m. Like as I said, you guys basically trot throughout the night on your flying car / Dustbowl horse to get to town. So are you actually sleeping in from like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tom?
Till noon. Till high noon.
Probably at least 4 hours.
I'm going to go for a full 8.
Is anybody awake when I get back to the hotel?
I think probably Mon Jarston would be the only one finding somewhere to settle in.
Is he sleeping at the hotel with us?
I believe he said he was.
I was offered a bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's the horse?
It's smart enough to do something. And know when it needs to be back.
It's a five-star chimera. It is probably more intelligent than some people.
As Mon Jarston is settling in, I will sort of approach, just rubbing my eyes as I come through the door. Drelox, could I ask a small favor of you, please?
He did it. The man legend.
Oh, God.
I just have one criticism. Right now, I probably should say, how do you pogs, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Do we have the Twitch chat set to top chat? Because I am not seeing what you guys are seeing.
It's on Discord.
Oh, that explains it.
Holy shit. I was not expecting that. I didn't know that picture existed. Like,
that was like super fast. Yeah, that was too fast.
I think that picture's from our YouTube page, the banner.
oh.
One or Chaz is huddling, or not huddling.
Oh, that's fucking amazing, Daestra. You are fucking fantastic. God, I told Bob that I never liked that picture. Like, I look like fucking Pennywise. Oh, how do I pin that shit?
Yeah, a little bit. But it's pretty dope.
It's perfect.
You're fucking amazing, Daestra.
Thank you, Daestra. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, if anybody else only gonna sleep for about 4 hours?
I think so. I think we're all out already, right?
Well, I'm just going to very politely ask Drelox that if anybody comes to the door to wake me, because I have been on the road for hours, my willpower is at 1, and I am sure that Rearid is just completely wiped. So I'm just going to go to bed, I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to deal with the horrific consequences that I'm sure are going to await me when I wake up.
I promise if someone comes in and there's an issue, you will be awoken.
Oh, I wish that made me feel better, but thank you. I appreciate whatever sentiment that is.
I mean, you have literally seen this man shoot a dust storm.
I know what he means.
Holy shit.
The Chaz with the skateboard emote. I guess I could just be the fellow kid, the fellow.
It would have to be like the face, and then maybe we get the skateboard as like an additional one, so you could.
Yeah, with the hat at least. Yeah, something. But basically, you'll have to watch the VOD, I guess. They only happened around like minute 40.
VOD for what?
Today, because he missed the Poggers moment.
Oh.
So if most of you are going to sleep a full 4 hours, you'll be waking up at around 2 p.m. Whereas as the red cap Monjarston is only sleeping for 4, so you'll be the first to awake. And are you sleeping in one of the rooms, or are you just going to basically sleep in the lobby?
Oh, fuck no, I'm sleep. I don't often get to sleep in a bed.
Yeah, so are you being one of the only one of you bothered to grab a key? The rest of you, I think, just broke into a room.
Fuck it, this place needs to be fixed up anyway.
It's fine.
I think I looked for an open room.
I will grab a key. I will be a civilized man. Thank you very much.
My lockpicking's at 100.
So I'm assuming if you only sleep 4 hours, you're probably a light sleeper, and as many people who I don't know if Monjarston drinks often or not, you probably don't sleep very long.
The nightmares keep me awake.
Yeah, so you wake up at around 10 a.m., sun fully up, beating down on you. It's stuffy as fucking hell in here. And with the windows closed and this place being boarded up, as it were. You're probably sweating a bit when you wake up. You know that El Paso feeling of waking up and it's so hot that your shirt's sticking to you.
Your alarm clock is the literal sun, not because of the light.
No, I've had my alarm clock be the literal sun because my fucking curtains weren't blackout.
I did not know what a beautiful thing it was to have blackout curtains until I was like, you know what, let's try this out. And
right? It's
really
weird little things. Blackout curtains, weighted blankets, like it's a different world.
A nightcap. No. Sleep like a goddamn baby. No.
Right.
So being the first one up, how is Monjarkin going to occupy himself?
Well, I'm probably hungry. It's been about roughly 15 minutes since I last ate.
Yes, you feel the constant hunger, much like a vampire in V5.
Oh man, I don't want to roll too good then. Otherwise, I'll get punished. Because that's game design.
I was gonna say, well, what's the changeling equivalent of the hunger dice? Glamour dice?
Technically, it'd be nightmare dice.
Oh, nightmare dice. Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
It's basically the same mechanic. Also, I really feel like you're looking at that mechanic the wrong way, Tom. It's not a punishment. It adds more drama to the story, which is ultimately a good thing. Even if it's not a good
thing. Get your character killed.
It's a punishment, we will say.
I will let that go only because I appreciate the portmanteau and no other reason, because I don't think I entirely agree with it.
It's bad game design. I will never change my view on that.
Unless White Wolf wants to pay us $1,000.
Counterpoint. What is the game designed to do?
To be played.
But
let us not have this conversation. We'll spend an hour on it if this happens again.
I want to make one point, and then I'm done, and I won't speak for the rest of the fucking episode. Tom, I really believe that your concept of what does and does not constitute a game is 100% the same logic as saying a vehicle should be able to take me to work, ergo this is a shitty boat. If V5 is designed to be an immersive simulation to make you feel like a vampire, then succeeding as a beast, succeeding as a vampire would, achieves the goals of the game design.
Yes, it achieves the goals of the game design. That does not make it a good game design.
I disagree, but that's my piece.
There is achieving a goal and that goal being a good choice.
That's entirely subjective.
Not 100%.
Yeah, it is. I'm done. I'm not. I promised Josh I wouldn't keep going.
So you wake up with the hot nightmare sweats. You're the first one up. As nice as it was, the bed was obviously dusty. There is nothing in this building or any building that you've been in for years at this point that does not have dust in it. Although I suppose in San Antonio it would not have been as bad. But you are really feeling the aridness of the Dustbowl as you have spent essentially the 4 hours in this hotel room.
I'm really feeling it.
Is there anything specific you wish to do? You were given essentially a contact by your old bartender Julio back in San Antonio about one of his cousins who used to work the cattle ranches.
Yes, the bartender whose name changed every day.
I kept saying Javier. I changed it to Julio. I think I stuck with Julio last time.
Well, my job is to hunt someone right now, so why not just hunt 2 people? Although I think it's frowned upon to say hunt people.
You're a bounty hunter, so you're fine there.
I was going to say, you probably say hunt people quite often, considering your profession. But which direction does Monjarston wish to go hunting?
Let's say about southeast. Well, is there a town center?
If there is a town center, you are currently in it. You're essentially on Main Street Crucifixion. As I said last time, most of the businesses have been very clearly boarded up, including such luxuries as the movie theater, the the clothing store. There's a closed down library. As you, the GameStop. No, the GameStop is booming right now. No.
Yeah, all the stocks have been bought.
That's why they won't let you buy anymore.
Yeah, but you all came in from the southern end of the town, so I don't know exactly if we consider it a town or not, but yeah, you guys basically passed through the shares when you came in.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this.
No.
The fucking thing's lying to me. It's telling me it's muted and nothing's happening.
Have you tried just muting on Discord? The little.
Yeah, but then I have to untab the Discord, and then I have to do it in there, and then that can fuck up OBS. And...
Oh yeah, true. Don't do that then.
Then to know for sure you muted, just shut down OBS.
Yeah, just unplug the fucking mic.
To stop the internet, problem solved.
Do you have an objective you'd like to try to kind of head towards, or something you'd like to investigate or find out, or should we wait till everybody else wakes up, Tom?
We should probably wait until everyone else wakes up.
So I will say, as you wake up, if you're kind of wandering around the hotel, it seems as though a letter has been slipped under the door.
Is it addressed to anyone specifically?
Did you give your name to Bill Turner, Tom? I'm not Tom. Chaz.
I signed the paper.
Okay, yeah, it'll be signed to Reared's name, which would be his mortal name.
Then I will leave it where I found it.
Wait, what happened? What did I miss? Reared's asleep, so it doesn't matter.
So you're occupying your time somehow. I will go with whittling unless you have some objection to whittling.
I'll whittle then. But I won't do it a lot. Just a little bit.
Well, the important question is what does Monjarston whittle?
Bullets for his gun.
That is true. If I put it into my revolver, it becomes cold iron. Gaming the system.
Nice.
Bullets, yeah.
And the rest of you wake up at the bright and early 2 p.m. Equally hot, equally dusty, equally sweaty. Although sleeping on a bed is probably a nice luxury, considering none of you had terrible living conditions, but a bed is a bed.
Excuse me?
Go for it, Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm a literal hobo.
I'll go with Adam first. Adam, what does your character do as he wakes up?
He's like, oh fuck, the sun's up.
You wake up 5 pounds lighter due to the amount you sweated during the night.
No air conditioner in this damn place. There's probably just go out of bed and just see if anyone else is awake. Then I'll probably see Martin Johnson.
Well, I'll say everybody's awake at this point. Is everybody convening in the front lobby, or do you all have any private business you wish to attend to?
No, I'll head downstairs with everyone else.
Same.
I'm sure everyone had some private business to deal with first.
Fan yourself with your toes.
I'm holding the fan with my toes and just fanning myself eloquently.
There's no eloquence to whatever action that could possibly be.
Yeah.
So you all congregate in the front lobby. It is now a little bit past noon. What do you wish to do?
Die.
Find the hobos.
Okay, so did I get left a letter or something? Is that what was referenced earlier, or no?
If you look you're passing by the front lobby, there will be essentially a letter has been slid under the door.
Okay, I will open that and read it.
So the letter is actually written in a nice, not necessarily flowery, but a very sort of elegant cursive script addressed to you on the letter, and it is essentially a formal invitation to the Vanderberg estate about your inquiry to the purchase of the hotel.
Fan-fucking-tastic. When is the invitation?
I will say it's for about we'll say close to supper/dinner, so probably about 5 p.m.
Okay, so they want to speak to me tonight, so that leaves me with how long to get ready?
About 3 hours. Well, if you all slept a full 8, you'd be waking up at around 2, but as difficult as it can be to sleep through the day for many people, some of you might have woken up probably around noon, 1:30.
Okay. After I read the note, I would like to approach Kazaa.
Kazaa, you are being approached.
Oh, you dare approach me? That's kidding.
Do you accept this friend request? Yes or no?
I poked back first. Yes, we went on a whole, I guess, car ride together.
A magic car ride at one point.
Yeah. Another school bus car ride.
I'm
It's not
pretty
personal,
sure.
so it's just like away from the camera for a minute.
You broke yourself.
No, it's just that like when you go out of frame a little bit, like the avatar is just like, I'm gonna sit right here.
It was patiently waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
It needs an idle animation like any good video game,
Yeah, right.
like Link stretching and yawning, or I think Mario goes to sleep at some point in Super Mario 64.
Yep, and sunshine. You can fall asleep underwater in sunshine.
My dear Kazaa, a word, if you please.
What word do you want?
Well, several, to be honest. I saw when I was picking you up that you're quite good at building things. How are you with repair?
He can pee in it.
That's true.
Depends. Fairly good, I suppose. If you don't expect it to work after a week or so.
That's not very good at.
Well,
We're only going to be here for a couple of days, though.
I'm mostly looking for expertise, but needs must as the devil drives. Come, walk with me for a bit, if you mind. And I'm going to take Kazaa, we're going to walk around the hotel a bit and just look at stuff. So, my plan has shifted somewhat, at least one of them. The dreaming itself knows how many balls I will have to juggle before we are done here. I'm going to need to find a way to turn this place profitable before I can extend my sights to any of the other locations in town. That movie theater seems useful. But this is outside my current circle. I need to know what I'm looking at in terms of repairs, in terms of cost, in terms of manpower. Do you think you could look around and perhaps give me a bit of an estimate?
Well, I'm not good with estimates, but I'll give my best. I'll give my best shot.
Also,
Damn it, ECG.
I love it.
You guys are gonna kill me. Oh my god.
Coggers.
Y'all are just coming with it tonight. Like, everybody. Holy shit.
So far amongst our current company, it seems I may need your assistance most of all. What could I do to help you? There must be something you want out of this venture.
Like I said, I just wish to create something that has not been created yet.
And do you have something in mind?
A lot of things in the mind, but putting it to action is a different thing.
Okay, let me narrow my scope then a bit. Do you have a current goal?
Nothing particular. I guess.
Well, when this time comes, let me know, and I shall do my level best to help you, so long as it does not seem to create imminent danger for myself or the others of our motley. In the meantime, yes, your expertise would be greatly appreciated if you could find the time for me.
Will do.
I deeply thank you. I am in your debt, Kazal.
Adam's gonna have his fucking character make anime, isn't he?
I'm gonna make the hotel into a Gundam. You want an attraction? Here's the attraction, boys.
Go ahead, Adam. Just steal one of the ideas from what is it? Black Clover?
I never finished Black Clover though.
Fake anime fan.
I couldn't start that one.
Yeah, the voice was just too whiny.
The guy was screaming at everything.
Yeah, it was that one joke.
Hey, Mazzy.
Hi, Mazzy.
Mazzy!
Just lurking, Mazzy, come on.
Thank you, I worked hard on that joke.
So you are essentially asking him to basically investigate the technical requirements for fixing up some of the buildings around town.
I'm looking for a handyman to give me an estimate. Right now, I need to focus on the hotel. I need this thing to turn a profit so I can then reinvest that money in other places where ideally it might be better used, but having a hotel gives us both a base of operations and a place for people to stay if I can draw in tourists. So maybe this is a good starting point after all.
Yeah, sorry about the story, Josh. We're changing our objective. We're investing. We're investors now.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm doing the story. I'm trying to help people and fucking uplift the seed. That is the whole point of what I'm doing. I'm doing it like a Ventru. This is how Ventru inspire people. Look at this cool shit. Now give me money for it, so I can build more cool shit. I'm the nice Ventru. My capitalism is an end to the mean, or means to the end. There we go. That one.
So I believe that Gilbert Boyle, you wanted to see if you could find the local homeless or hobo community.
That is correct.
How is it that you wish to go about this?
The famous hobo call.
Are there any rail yards through here? Normally, yeah, or at least like railways. Fastest way to find them is normally down the tracks.
Considering this town used to have cattle ranches, it would have railways, at least in order to export the cattle and move them around. However, whether they are still running regularly through this town would be another story.
Well, it's as good a place to start as any.
All right, so you are heading towards the local railways, which is probably going to be closer to the shares and where the cattle ranches used to be. And what about the SLUA? What does the SLUA wish to do?
You know what? I don't know. I'm not really sure what I could do that could be useful.
Well, you guys were essentially given two objectives if you want to be very RPG about this. One of them was to find the seed of Apollo, the human being who is supposed to be here that will take part of the great work in the years to come. And you were all asked to... basically, if you wish to survive here, at some point you're going to have to find somewhere that has a balefire that you can light, which is a means of regenerating your magic and setting up a magical stronghold for you and your kind to exist.
Bonfire lit.
Charlie, what were you
doing? So right now, my plan is I want to try and inspire as many people as I can. I'm going to need to get the hotel to sort of turn a profit or at least sort of break even so I have money to reinvest elsewhere. And I'm basically trying to inspire people en masse because I don't know who the seed is. So I'm trying to carpet bomb this fucking place with goddamn glamour. And my current goal right now is really nice hotel. Perhaps fantasy themed. Perhaps fairy tale themed. Yes, that sounds wonderful. We will get people reading again. Ooh, you know what? I have an idea. That's not up to me. But yes, that is what I
mean. I'm not sure. Can I don't know if I was wondering if I could help with that. Because I do books.
You do books, you say?
You see a shut down library here on Main Street.
I'm sorry, what?
of the buildings that have essentially been closed down either due to a lack of funding or a lack of foot traffic. One of them was the library, and another one was a movie theater. So basically people here have nothing to watch and nothing to read.
Is the library like open, or is it like barred, or what?
It's probably boarded up as best as they could to keep dust out, but it probably would not be difficult to break into.
I want to go there. I want to do the library.
Okay, so we got one person going to the railway, one person going to the library, one person getting ready to meet the rich people after throwing his money around.
All his money around.
And Adam, what are you going to do?
Assess the building, I suppose. Well, the sun's still out.
It's like, Adam, a being of pure magic and glamour, is going to do contracting work.
I was going to point.
That is one of the ideas, Valerius.
To be fair, that's glamorous to him.
I will not deny how people find glamour in their lives, or I will not scoff at the idea.
Well, but it's literally in the Changeling book is that people find it different ways and people hate different things, and they're both right.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joke.
I know. I'm sorry.
What is Monjarston going to do?
Let's see. What would be? Where would I go to find information on? I'll go down to the sheriff's office.
Okay. And one man going to the sheriff's office. Now, who to go first?
Roll the dice.
Yeah, why don't you guys give me a quick initiative, and we'll go in that order.
Can I volunteer to go last since I've monopolized half of this?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. And just give me a straight D10, considering this is outside of a combat kind of thing.
But with Johnson, we're always in combat.
A fair point, I suppose.
Do we add anything to the roll?
No, just roll a D10 and tell me what you got.
I got a 1.
I got a 1 also.
I got an 8.
I got a 3.
Oh.
I got a rock.
I got
a jar of dirt.
Tom got a 3. We'll just put Chaz down as 0. And Melinda and Adam, why don't you guys just re-roll it again so we can see which one of you is going first.
Which one of you sucks the least?
Got a 9.
A 9.
I got a 6.
All right, Melinda, you will have more time to think then, since Adam rolled higher. And Kyle, we will go with you first. So Gilbert Boyle is looking for the railroad. It's not difficult to track down as you're probably heading more towards the direction of the shares. I'll say you're kind of heading east a little bit as you're looking for it, and you can see where you have the shares, and then you have what looks to be what will probably used to be the cattle ranching area, or the cattle ranch. There's significantly fewer cattle here than there probably used to be at one point, but you can see a few starving-looking steers and cows.
Eat the cow.
Do it now.
Start milking them. It's a free dinero.
Adam, that's not how that works.
I don't know if these cows have. I don't know if they're female or male, or if they've even.
Oh, well, you know what? If they're not female, then Adam can milk them anytime.
Yeah, better get those toes to work, man.
That's what. Hey, we ran out of money. We need you to milk the cows.
So I'm heading to the rail yard.
So it definitely looks like this place hasn't quite been seeing a large amount of use as you get here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for now that you're here? You don't see necessarily a whole lot of people hanging around here.
I mean, just typical signs of hobo travel, like where they may have paced away from the tracks from oncoming trains.
All right. Why don't you give me a perception? Yeah, perception alertness is probably the best one here.
Oh boy.
Perception investigation if you prefer.
Is it's the same dice pool, which is because I don't know what's in alertness or investigation. Well, what's the DC?
I'll say a difficulty 7, just because the constant shifting of the sands makes it a little difficult.
All right, I got one success.
So one success. So one success. As you're kind of looking around, you don't really see a whole lot of human signs of life, but you do find a hobo sign.
All right.
And playing hobos aren't humans.
Well,
hobos are humans, but they did have their own
language.
Their own symbolic language, or
These
not
cans.
necessarily. Not a language, but a script, basically.
So what does this hobo sign tell me?
And how much madness does it cause?
It seems to be pointing you north.
All right, I'll head that way.
The north, following the hobo sign. Tom, you are the next up in initiative.
That is honestly surprising.
You got it.
You didn't take the werewolf gift this time.
Well, because I rolled a 3.
Oh, well, thankfully for you, Chaz wanted to go last, and Melinda and Adam both rolled 1s.
We both watch.
So you are heading to the sheriff's office. So heading to the sheriff's office, now past noon. It's not far away. Once again, a lot of the city is pretty centralized considering how small it is. And so heading down Main Street, you're able to find the sheriff's office, which is probably a bit of a small one story red brick building. and sitting at a desk, kind of fanning himself with probably a folder, is the deputy you saw before, and you can see his last name kind of embroidered on his shirt. It says Goose.
You're named after the bird?
He's like, excuse me?
Like after the game, sir. Duck, duck, goose.
My name. You can just call me Deputy Larry.
All right, Larry.
a deputy. A deputy's fine too.
All right, Larry. Whatever you say. Anyway, I'm looking for some people. And I figured
You're looking for a date, sir. There's slim pickings out here. Most people already get shacked up.
Larry, I'm sorry. You ain't my type.
Yeah, you see him kind of redden a little bit. He clearly gets pissed off at the insinuation, considering it's the 30s and a different time. He's like, excuse me? Now, I don't know who you think you can go around talking to like that, making that kind of joke. But here, people respect the law.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's gotten in your boot, quite frankly, Larry. Who do we lose?
Oop.
Couch.
I didn't even hear anything.
He's back. It always happens at 11.
I know. I don't know why it does that.
I know Valir knows they're rare. Aren't
Targeted technocracy DDoS attacks.
Valerinos made the prayer to the Omnisci. I don't know why this is happening to us.
So we don't have a techno priest here to draw forth his power.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Kyle. You and Chaz, you guys got to paint a little tech marine and a little tech priest and put them next to your computer and your router.
All right, I'll have to swing by Sun City or something to pick up some technomancers.
You gonna paint a little Lamenter tech priest?
Maybe. I don't think I have one. I don't like.
All right, hold on, guys. Kyle's got to go through his 50 boxes of Warhammer, dudes.
Look, I have a problem. I know, but I'm pretty sure that of all the minis I picked up, a Tech Marine is not one that I own.
Okay, can you list for certain every miniature in that huge Space Marine box you have? Because I don't believe you.
Which one?
It's okay. It's okay. I
Kyle's the Chad.
It's not 50.
Yeah, if somebody can send us a servo skull that can just constantly run maintenance on their computer lines, their internet.
Someone could just, get Google Fiber out here.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, but all the telecoms are trying to shut it down. Because fiefdoms.
They want their monopolies.
Yep.
So what were you about to say as the technocracy so rudely interrupted us? As the deputy Larry Goose is getting very flustered at your insinuation about his sexuality.
What was I about to say? I think I was about to go along the lines of what I don't know what you're all getting and all flustered for. I mean, it don't matter none to me. Quite frankly, I'm looking for someone to bring in.
As you hear a man kind of step out from the back room where the cells probably are, he's like, "Damn it, Larry! Can't you tell he's trying to get under your skin?" As a tall, relatively well-built man, clearly tan from the sun, with we'll say kind of shaggy black hair and an actual sheriff star on his chest, steps out. What are you? You a bounty hunter?
I've been one. Whatever it takes to, get food in your belly.
Is that well? Lines run dry out here, partner. This is a relatively safe town, so to speak.
Well, I ain't looking for no bounty that y'all posted. quite frankly, I'm looking for someone whose familia runs all the way down to San Antone.
You got relations or something?
I think he said it was his cousin. What was his name? Pedro.
Is that the name I actually gave you?
Actually, I think it might have been.
We will go with Pedro. He's looking for a Mexican.
I believe that is true.
Well, quite a few of them used to work the shares in the ranch, but like a lot of people, a lot of them moved out to California.
I don't like talking about that godforsaken man place.
Oh well, amen to that. He says as he kind of pulls out a hand-rolled cigarette from a shirt pocket and starts to light it up. Don't really care for how they do things up there, but most of the Mexicans live relatively close to the reservation. You're looking for a Pedro, probably going to find him there.
Then where exactly would this reservation exactly be located? See, I just rolled into town last night, or actually it was this morning.
Well, you just head a little bit further west. We'll be able to recognize it by what do they call it? The diocese. So it keeps most of them over there, other than the reservation. You know, they're all Catholics.
Protestant town here, eh?
Kyle's still checking to see if he has a tech marine.
Look, the best I got is a chaplain.
We don't need actual relations to God. We need tech God, Kyle.
The next best thing I got right now is Necrons, and I don't know if that's the kind of juju we want.
Hey man, when the router goes down, it gets back up. Sounds pretty good to me.
You're not wrong. I mean, I could throw an orc at it, and just their sheer belief that it works will work.
Well, then you have to paint flames.
That's thematic.
Well, you have to paint flames on it, Kyle, on the router, and then put the orc next to it.
I could. You know, I can do whatever I want to it.
I was gonna say the orc will see the flames and he'll be like, the router goes fast.
I mean, that's just how that works.
Or maybe I set up like a little zone of drones or whatnot. And like anytime the router goes down, instead a drone just falls off the shelf.
Oh, I got it.
Well, ever since Miss Donovan came in with the congregation, most people have found their religion again.
I suppose that's a positive for some.
I believe the term they like to use is evangelical. Preaching the good word.
I've had a few runs with them kind. Almost consistently, they'll preach those words until they run out of what they really need to survive.
As Larry Goose interjects again, he's not just, what are you talking about there? You got a problem with that old-time religion?
Boy, how many times have you been on death's doorsteps?
What? What's that got to do with it?
The world starts looking a lot more different when you have.
Well, I suppose a fellow like you looks like you've known that quite a few times.
More times than I could comfortably say.
Well, all I know is when I'm at death's door, I know St. Peter's gonna let me through those pearly gates. Might not be so bad for you to make a little peace with the maker yourself. You go over to Miss Donovan's and she'll show you.
Huh. Funny, when I was at death's door, no St. Peter showed up. Strange enough, it was Sam Elliott.
As the sheriff kind of leaning against the door frame says, well, I suppose you look different to everybody. God, I suppose.
You would not believe what happened afterwards. That I can guarantee. Now, I appreciate the info on that, but I'm also looking for someone else.
Not often people come to crucifixion looking for people, but well, other than old Bob in the junk tank, there ain't a lot going on around here.
Now, the difficult part about this one is that I don't know who this is. Don't got no name, don't got no description. All I know is that they're somewhere here.
He's like, well, Sheriff's just tapping a cigarette and kind of stepping out some of the hot ashes under his boot. We only got a couple of hundred people. You best start knocking on some doors, I suppose.
I mean, I could do that. I don't think everyone would appreciate that. You wouldn't happen to know anyone who's into the, who does a lot of artsy stuff or the like?
As both the Deputy Goose and the Sheriff, you can see has Franklin on the star kind of chuckle. Well, told you we don't care too much for the California type, but ain't a lot of arts and crafts going on around here, though. I suppose a few people used to dabble here and there.
You wouldn't be willing to relinquish their names to me?
Now, sir, I gotta ask, you're not gonna be making trouble around here, are you?
I only respond to trouble. I don't bring it.
Why don't you give me a charisma empathy?
Probably because I don't have that.
Charisma intimidation.
We lost the Animu girl.
No. Melinda. We fell asleep watching hentai.
Again. Well, I have 2 dots in charisma and no dots in empathy.
Do you have another suitable role that you would like to bring the case to me that you could use it?
Intimidation.
Brawl.
Ooh.
Your camera's not working.
Is it not?
No.
I have Streetwise.
I'm not sure that applies here.
Then no, I do not.
There you go.
Manipulate firearms.
Yeah, it is, but you're not moving.
Well, with this one, I believe you're just gonna have to give me that straight charisma. Then I don't think you lose dice for not having empathy in this case.
Do I have a specific difficulty?
I would say standard 6.
Oh boy! I got 2 ones.
2 ones. So this is the Deputy Goose kind of butts in. He's like, Sheriff, I know the Lord tells us to be hospitable to strangers and all, but this fellow's asking a lot of weird questions. Now, he just come rolling into town, breaking into the old hotel.
I was welcomed into that hotel.
The door was already busted open.
And they're getting now, who knows what he's going to do looking for these people? Stranger as he is.
The old outsider treatment. I get that a lot.
As Sheriff Franklin just kind of goes, well, son, until you're not a stranger, you don't know more. You might have to get used to it. People don't take too kindly to strangers around here much. Now, I ain't trying to run you out on the rails or nothing, but I would ask that you make yourself amenable while you're staying in a town looking for your compatriot.
Now,
the man that tried to shoot the president, Valera knows. I think, what is it, 1933? The last time somebody probably tried to shoot the president would be, what, Teddy Roosevelt? Or did somebody try to assassinate a U.S. president between Teddy Roosevelt and, I believe we're currently on 1933 would be Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
1933. Yeah, Teddy would be the last notable assassination attempt.
Good old Bull Moose Teddy. Got shot while giving a speech and continued to give the speech.
Yeah. Like, this is my First Amendment right. I'm going to keep talking.
Literally, he stopped the speech with the words along the lines of, I'm going to have to end my speech here because I'm bleeding a little too much by now. My second favorite president.
Your first one being a funny Valentine?
What? No. I think Grant deserves more recognition.
Good old Ulysses S. Grant.
wasn't his name.
No.
Well, technically was just Hiram Ulysses Grant. Hiram?
Hiram? H-I-R-A-M?
Yeah, Hiram. There you go.
Hiram.
So that is a bit of the conclusion you get to your line of questioning there, Tom. Not that you're coming away with no new knowledge, but it does seem you've made them a little wary with your prying into the city's or the town's matters.
You want to happen to be more at ease if you were to chauffeur, or not chauffeur, what's the word am I looking for? Chaperone me to these folk you mentioned.
As Deputy Goose goes, the Mexicans?
No, not them, the other ones.
The sheriff will butt into this.
Keep up, Larry.
as the sheriff will be like, as I said, I'm not running you out of town, but if you're looking for somebody, all I ask is that you don't raise a ruckus about it.
As I said, I'm purely reactionary.
Well, don't go causing any reactions I have to react to.
Oh no, wouldn't dream of it. I guess with that, I'll go bid my due and hit the old dusty trail.
Okay. Adam, you're up next.
All right.
Blake's Waffle, Teddy Roosevelt couldn't be turned into a vampire. They would try.
They would burst with sunlight.
No, I think that's what happened if they try to vamp Mr. Rogers. Teddy Rogers would be able to fight him off.
You just have Hamilton to fight him off.
Teddy Rogers, didn't I? Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, Teddy Roosevelt is probably an imbued. Fred Rogers probably just has a True Faith 8 or something like that.
True Faith 8. What's your faith? Humanity.
Oh no. It's too good for this world.
So Adam, you've been asked to take a look around the building.
Yes. We'll look to see start at the front door and just like pick up a ledger and piece of paper and just like keep track of all the dings and like how much damage is done over the years. I guess over the year or whatever long it's been out of commission. Everything needs to be replaced or fixed.
Well, just by taking a good look around, you can see this place has probably been boarded up for at least a year, if not a little longer. The door probably creaked on your way in. There's obviously going to be nail holes in a lot of the panes and stuff like that, considering this place was literally boarded up. But as I told you last time, this place was built probably not too long ago, probably within the past decade or maybe a little before that, as it is done in a relatively recent Art Deco style. Perhaps when the city or the town was booming a little better with its farming and cattle business, and people had a reason to be here on business. But there probably was some basic electrical lighting installed in here that obviously isn't working right now. And that's going to be the main issue if you're looking for that kind of thing. The furniture is definitely going to be in need of some upholstery in some parts, and that is outside of the excessive cleaning that needs to be done if people are going to actually be staying anywhere near here. Like just about everywhere else, you're going to have a problem keeping dust out, as it is nearly pervasive in every nook and cranny you can find. And there's a bar to the left of the front lobby. Although any liquor has been, we will say, disposed of or evacuated into other people's stomachs long ago, and any glassware is either going to be broken or gone.
Or also Chaz's brother. Stomach.
That's true. Chaz's brother is probably up to something right now.
He's literally already fucking wasted.
When I mentioned the hell breaking loose while I was asleep, I fully expected Avery to pull some shit.
Well, lucky for you, he's probably just pulling shit while you're awake.
Yeah, lucky me.
He's at the bar looking through all this stuff.
Yeah, you probably do find him at the bar. He's probably the last to wake up out of all of you. Probably been like, God damn, it's hot in here. As you find him kind of like looking for any popping the bottles, kind of sniffing them open. Any of like the decanters that might have had liquor in them at one point.
Of course, that would give me the go jacket as the new upholstery. Yeah. I was taking notes of it, like seeing how much dust is there. all the alcohol that needs to be replaced, possibly. Yeah.
Let's inventory the booze during Prohibition. Good job, Adam.
You're a few months away from Prohibition ending.
Yeah.
So close.
But it never really started, though.
But you're definitely looking for bathtub gin or moonshine in this kind of place.
Yeah. And now just is it multiple stories?
It's not too big. It's probably 2 stories, is what I said last time.
Okay.
How many rooms are there?
How many rooms?
Yeah.
I'll say probably. Like I said, it's not huge. Even at this city's most bumpin', it wasn't a huge place to live. Probably around 20 to 30 rooms. So it's a relatively widespread out building.
Can I get an exact room number, because it will factor into my plans? You give me a completely arbitrary number. You can make it the bare minimum if you want.
I will say there are at least 25 rooms.
25 rooms.
And on the first floor, there's the front lobby with the staircases on both sides of the what do you call it? The front desk going up. I'll say to the left is where there is a dining room / bar. And to the right, it looks like there might have been some kind of like entertainment area where like perhaps a band could have played.
Perfect. Oh, that is...
Do I have time to use the bathroom really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'll be right back.
And Josh, please, it's a saloon.
So I have 25 bedrooms. I have a front lobby. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to write this down so you don't have to repeat it later.
No, it's okay.
What was it? Restaurant / bar?
Yes.
Water slide.
Yeah, with the kitchen behind it, obviously.
And entertainment hall. Perfect.
Yeah.
This plays even better than I thought.
And for $50.
Sorry, continue.
And that is about what Adam finds as he's kind of doing inventory. If you're going into the kitchen, this most of the stuff was probably old-fashioned. The kitchenware is probably very good, like cast iron or something like that, but any sort of gas that might have ran in here isn't going to be working.
You know, have our own fixer-upper. You said there was a stage, right, Josh?
What's up?
You said there was like a stage.
Not a stage, but there is like a not necessarily like a ballroom, but like a small like entertaining area.
Okay.
Daestra, you joke, right? Playing one song for several hours a day, you can learn that in 2 weeks. You will learn just that song, but you can learn a song.
The first like non-classical guitar song I learned was "Damn It" by Blink-182, and I will not say I could play it well, but I could play it all the way through after probably like a week and a half of practicing it.
I do have my cigar box guitar, so I mean, we're like halfway there.
I want to build a cigar box guitar.
I will bring the cannons.
The best musical instrument. I have my little copper, or I guess brass blues slide, but I can play with my acoustic or my electric. But I would like to build a cigar box guitar. That seems like a fun project. Yeah, but when it comes to like actual stuff that needs to be fixed, there's probably some creaky panels and stuff like that. Obviously, the paints need to be resecured. And then, of course, you have the electrical and the gas that would need to be fixed when it comes to like actual stuff that needs to be fixed.
I'm guessing like the bathrooms are still kind of okay then because they haven't been used, or they're like moldy.
Oh, they're when you get to the bathrooms, you can tell that if there were any hobos that might have stopped here, they probably made use of the facilities.
There's no running water.
Lovely.
So a bathroom that desperately needs to get cleaned. As well as the rooms themselves probably have small washrooms that haven't been completely fucked up, but definitely not functioning well. So I suppose you would also have plumbing to deal with in this case.
Damn it, Clay, you jumping my toes.
Is there anything specific you're going to address now, or you're just kind of making inventory of what needs to be fixed?
Inventory, and then I guess can I try to do I guess draft a blueprint of what the place looks like, a rough blueprint to show where we can do on.
Okay.
Work on and where the stuff where the drawing little notes to show where this stuff needs to be replaced. The shit in there, shit in this toilet.
All right. We'll go to Melinda next. Melinda, what is it that you wish to start addressing in this town?
Currently, probably Flushing.
Oh, okay. I thought she was back already.
Then when I'm done with that, though, I'm gonna just start building a sculpture in the lobbyway.
Oh, what are you gonna build the sculpture out of?
Just pieces of the wood that's on the windows.
Well, you're gonna. Can you repeat that, Adam?
Like the wood that's on the windows.
Oh, so you're pulling the wood off like the windows.
Yes.
And what are you trying to build a statue of?
I'm trying to think. Just it would be something. That would be a surprise.
That's a weird way to say a square wooden dick, Adam.
It's called wood.
The people I've never seen, but it makes me think of the dick copters that Bob's werewolf made.
I miss Bob. Can you imagine how much fun this game would be with him?
He was around this time,
He was carving sparrows or something like that, right? For like little wooden reconnaissance things.
Yeah, they're like drones.
Yeah. And he just failed to roll and carve basically little spinning dicks.
I will be right back as well, actually.
Okay. In that case, we'll go to Kyle real quick. We'll go back to the top. So you see the hobo sign that kind of points north.
I'm back. Sorry.
Sorry, Melinda.
Okay.
Sorry. What I miss?
No, I was going to say it was you were up in the initiative. What is it that you would like to do?
Oh boy. Okay. So it's my turn, yes?
Yes, so you wake up, magical cat in tow.
E.
You see that Mon Jarson has left, as well as Krudar have gone about their business within town.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam's character, Mr. Tinkerton, seems to be making an inspection of the building.
Okay. And I'm on my way to the library.
Okay, like I said, it's not a far walk, as most of the businesses or life of the city is located here on Main Street, at least from what you've seen. And so, a bit of a walk down the street. There's not a lot of business going on, considering there isn't a lot going on in general here in Crucifixion. But you make it to the library. It's not a huge building, one story, not as big as the hotel. But it does seem to be boarded up.
Okay.
At least the windows and the doors are.
Are there any, cracks or crevices?
Why don't you give me some of that perception investigation or perception alertness? Is investigation a skill on your character sheets for this one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can give me perception investigation.
Perception and... I'm trying to find that, I'm sorry. Hang on.
So your knowledge is...
Oh, okay. So that's... Oh, wow, that's 5 die.
You get 5 to die.
What do I need to success, Josh?
You just need to roll a 6.
6? Okay.
6 or higher.
Yeah, and let's specify it to be higher or lower. You can default to 6.
Two... You need 4 successes.
4 successes, so you kind of stick into the shadows, look, and you find a back door to the library, probably used to move inventory in and out. And it seems to be at least one of the boards has fallen off or purposefully been pulled off.
Interesting. Can I get in there?
Yes, you can. As a Slua, you have no bones. And so you can literally just squeeze in there like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Squeeze.
Yeah, I actually think one of your special abilities as a Slua is if anybody tries to bind you, you can make a roll just to kind of slip your weird, squishy body out of it.
Yeah. I think I read about that too.
The only thing you can squeeze through is as big as your teeth. Much like the squid.
Well, fun thing, Slua don't have teeth.
You have num-nums?
We not?
Yeah, I don't. If I recall correctly from playing a Slua, I don't think they have teeth.
Interesting.
I'm continuously more uncomfortable with the way this little group of people is going.
Wait, her human visage has teeth, but I think her actual mouth does not have any teeth in it.
They gum people to death.
I mean, not having bones and not having teeth, you can probably just anaconda people.
Oh god.
Just snake.
And they kind of don't. Or if for the wrong song. No.
Okay, but yeah, I squeezed in. So is it like a room when I get in, or is that just like the whole library itself?
I will say you're probably in a back room where there would have been books that are either like need to be restocked. Basically, the librarian's room where books that need to be restocked that were turned in, or like books that need to be processed, that kind of thing, or books that need to be mended would have been. And so it's essentially almost like a small office.
Okay.
And as you look around, it looks rather disheveled. It's not. It almost seems like things have been thrown around or thrown out.
Okay. I guess I'll just start heading. I guess I can look around. Is there like anything like that looks interesting at all?
Anything that looks interesting.
Because if not, I'll probably end up going to the actual library, and start looking around in there.
Why don't you give me another perception investigation?
Ooh. All right.
That is typically one of the things Slua are good at. They like to find secrets.
Same. Same as a person.
But we find the Chamber of Secrets.
The Chamber Pot of Secrets.
You said I need a 6, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 again. 4 successes.
4 successes. So turning things over, you are looking through, and something that's going to be immediately apparent is for a library, there aren't a whole lot of books on the.
There's not a whole lot of what? I'm sorry.
Books back here.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And it almost looks like there was a struggle or a kerfuffle back here.
Weird, but I like it.
And I will say you find kind of stowed away in a desk where it might have been overlooked due to it being like a small drawer. You find what seems to be a diary.
Ooh. Do I get to be nosy and read through it now? Because I think I want to read through it.
The Diary of Jane.
God damn it, Adam.
That's worse than the leaves.
That was a 2000s ass reference, my guy.
Fucking Adam throwing 3 Days Grace references at people.
I believe that was Breaking Benjamin, sir.
My bad. I'm sorry, I don't remember my 2000s butt rock that well.
Yes, I wanna look through it. Read through it.
Are you going to kind of sit down and read the whole thing, or are you just going to try skimming for anything that looks interesting?
Skim for anything interesting.
So, skimming through the book, it seems to be a relatively mundane diary kept by the former librarian, who you seem to get that her name was Mabel. And for the most part, it's a relatively mundane accounts of things like, oh, I had tea with so-and-so at this point and stuff like that. But the notes get a little more hasty towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you seem to see something about a religious group moving into town, and people seem to have started questioning the need for something like a library with sinful books that Mabel clearly did not stand for.
The evil book reading.
Okay. So I guess I want to keep that book with me.
Okay.
I guess I'll just. Is there anything else that looks weird that I can look for in the back anyway?
Other than that, no, not currently.
Okay. I guess I'll move out to the actual library and start looking around out there. I guess through the shelves and everything, whatever's there. I assume there's still furniture, like shelves and desks or something.
Shelves and chairs for reading and stuff like that, yes. But this place, if you didn't know better, it looked like a tornado had ran through here.
Weird. Especially if it was abandoned.
And as I said once again, despite being the library, there is a suspicious lack of books, and some of them that do remain seem to be torn up pretty badly. And at the center, there is clear evidence of what looks to have been a fire.
Inside the library, in the middle, or just throughout the whole thing?
No, in the middle. It seems like it was a controlled fire.
Ah. Is there still crap on the ground that I can look through?
A lot of the pages and stuff like that are probably going to be burnt.
Okay. This is one story, right?
Yes.
Well, it's a library. There's many stories.
Well, you can see evidence of a fire too. The ceiling is probably going to be a little black, and there's going to be at least the remnants of soot on the walls.
I guess, can I look through the shelves maybe? Because I don't think there would be anything in the soot anymore.
Yeah, if you're turning over shelves and stuff like that and looking for it, the books that do remain are you'll probably find something like a copy of books that seem religious, but might not necessarily be to somebody who is an astute reader such as yourself, or at least they are religious, but not a certain kind of religion, so to say. Is you'll probably find something like a copy of Paradise Lost, or the Apologies by not Thomas Aquinas, St. Augustine and stuff like that. Almost like books that people were afraid to burn. You don't find anything like Moby Dick, for example, or you're not going to find any of the Bronte sisters, or basically anything that might have been entertaining or educational.
Weird.
It seems the theme of the books that remain is religious.
Exciting.
Although you, as an educated librarian, would be able to make the connection that just because a book like Paradise Lost involves topics such as theology doesn't necessarily mean it endorses what people assume a religious book would have.
Right. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So is there anything else at all that? Are there any pages that look interesting? Maybe.
I will say not with the books, but it seems the longer you're in here, it seems almost like the temperature's dropping in this place.
Temperatures.
Haunted library.
And you're almost getting a kind of tingling feeling on the back of your neck. And with that, we'll move to Chaz real quick.
Aw.
I too was looking forward to the Ghostbusters scene.
What is Rear-Ed Liam doing with this time?
In the time between when I need to get ready to go meet the Van Houtens, Vanderbergs.
The Vanderbergs.
I don't know why do I have Van Houten screwed in my head?
I said Van Housen because I did not have. I grabbed the wrong notebook and I was like, shit, my notes aren't in here. And I was like, I remember I gave them a Dutch name, and so I got the right notebook. I set the name. Yeah, I set the wrong name the first time. I have corrected it. The name of the wealthy family of the town are the Vanderbergs.
All right.
Who you have been told own quite a bit of the property here, since people have sold it and left.
From now until the time I need to deal with getting ready to meet the Vanderbergs, I'm going to start corralling Avery and try to get him going in a direction that sort of inspires him. Because as much as I want to inspire the seed, I also realize I need to kindle the spark of glamour in my own family. But if any of the three who have left, besides Drelox, because I don't really have a plan for Drelox, I'm just letting him do his own thing. I didn't mean it like that. I'm not. I would like to talk to anybody that returns if they come back to the hotel. I'm not trying to control you, I swear to God. I just have ideas that I want to talk to your characters about, that's all.
I think the only one currently in the building, as everybody has kind of left to do their own thing, including Riker Redwind, is I think the only one in the building right now would be Adam's character, Mr. Paul Tinkerton.
Yeah, he's doing the survey that I asked.
Yeah, you see him pulling boards off of the windows and stuff like that. And
I sort of narrow my eyes at it, and I'll stand there waiting for an explanation, and when I get none, I'll just shake my head and walk away.
But yes, you've currently been left to your own devices, as the rest of the motley seems to be doing their own business right now.
So I'm going to attend to Avery.
Okay. You find him kind of sitting in the bar looking into the front lobby, just kind of like, what is up with that fella?
I have no idea what he's building, but I saw some of the stuff he built back home and looked all right. Who knows, might draw some people this place.
This is the big plan, brother? We're getting in the hotel business now?
Oh, I got plans, Avery. I got plans, but the hotel is the least of them. Right now.
You say that the thing about having plans and dreams is a little hard for other people to see them when they're not in your head.
True. Very true. And that's exactly what I need to talk to you about. What are your dreams? What are your plans? What do you want out of life, Avery? Anybody ever asked you that? Pa press ganged us into moonshine when... Shit, I was more than 12, maybe. You weren't much older than me. What do you actually want to do with your life?
Own a bar.
Well, I guess if anything, I wish I could be like that Rockefeller fellow. Must be nice being able to have an oyster dish named after you. Must be all kind of fancy to get that.
Ain't nobody named an oyster bar out of me. But, what the fuck did Rockefeller do? Was he a rail baron?
Oil.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he did a lot with steel, too, right?
That's Carnegie.
Yeah.
Got it.
Originally he was in like the trading business, and I think he made a lot of profit during the Civil War, and then he got into oil before people realized it could be refined into gasoline and used as a fuel source. I believe at the time they were mostly using gasoline to light lamps.
Yeah, they were converting to kerosene.
Yeah.
So Reard's gonna pull up what I'm sure is an extraordinarily broken stool and try to balance it as best he can and probably end up more hovering over it so it doesn't crack. Avery, I don't think we've done much more than talk past each other these past couple years. I've been busy with the store, and you've been busy, doing what you do. Have a seat. Let's talk for a bit. Is that all you want? Is to own money? What? Is there nothing that drives you?
You ask a lot of funny questions recently, little brother. But it's not just the money. It's being your own man, not having to listen to other people. Being able to do something crazy like, I don't know, go to Tahiti. What even is there?
Tahiti?
I've seen the posters. I know it's an island. People sip out of coconuts or something like that over there.
I'll sort of shrug. I ain't never been to no Tahiti. But I reckon folks like beaches and like coconuts, and water's right there. More power to them. I think I get enough sand in this here desert. So you want to be your own man. You want to own a business.
Yeah, I suppose something like that.
I could help you with that, I mean, shoot, I started my own business back in San Antonio, and I'm starting one here. What kind of business are you interested in?
He kind of turns to you, gives you a look and laughs, and says, I suppose they don't take too kindly to brothels here, do they?
They take kindly to brothels everywhere, brother. You just gotta know who to ask. And who to point the other way.
God, never really thought about it, brother. Just always seems like business is its own thing.
There's many... what's that fancy word that all the educated people use? Permutations, I think? Read that one in my books. Anyway. Like I said on the way over, bro, this is a fresh start for us. And, I want to see you happy. I don't think you've been happy for a long time. If you come to me with something you want to do, I'll do everything I can to help you out. Money's going to be a little tight till I can get this old tugboat off the ground, but, maybe if we can get this here thing afloat, I can toss some money your way, invest in a business for you.
Well, I sure would like that, but you got a lot of fixing up to do with this place.
I might have ideas. It all depends on what that funny little sculptor fella has got to say to me later. And maybe some of the others, but one thing at a time. First I got to buy this place. But why don't you give it some thought? Give it some thought. Tell me what you'd like to do. There's nothing in this world, Avery, I'd like to do more than help you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. As Daddy is my witness looking down on us from heaven. The whole reason I brought you with me was to try and help you find some happiness.
He kind of picks up an empty crystal glass, old-fashioned glass, kind of tips it to you and says, well, here's to a fresh start, and pretends to drink it.
I will extend my hand around an invisible teacup and proffer it.
And
so everybody gets drunk anyway.
Gets drunk on the alcohol stuck at the bottom.
Just huffing the resin.
And with that, I think that's a decent place to call it for the night. It is nearly midnight over here, and unfortunately, I do have work in the morning. I will say 2 experience to everybody for exploring the town, or starting to explore it at least.
Me. I need a word.
And commence the voting.
I feel cooked from my mission.
It's called dramatic tension.
You wanted to find some saucy yaoi?
See, that's the face I have now, Josh. You made me sad.
Yeah.
Made the cat girl sad.
She wanted some what's it called? My brain's not working.
I think I'm gonna throw mine to Melinda, honestly, because I like how excited she was, and in a way, like how bummed you are that we cut away from you. Because I like how you're getting into it and you're having fun with it, and like the potential spooky haunted library shit going on just seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yee.
That is
Thank
one
you.
vote for Melinda.
I will also vote for Melinda because I think Valerinos is right. She stumbled onto that. That's going to be a bitch. That's we're going to have to deal with that. So congratulations on finding the plot.
That is 4 votes for Melinda so far.
I have sniffed out the plot.
Melinda, who are you voting for?
I think. I think I'll go with Adam.
Okay.
Just because I like that he's the little tinker who might fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Good. Hot Trash's vote for Melinda. And Adam, who are you voting for?
Vote for Amai the Neko for also getting the ghost stories coming out. The ghost stories are coming.
And Tom, who are you voting for?
Can I vote to take away XP from Adam?
Yes.
He has 1 vote, so if you wish to negate his 1 vote.
That is where my vote goes for for that last fucking weave joke that he wanted to be proud not to be doing weave jokes. Yeah, he never stops.
Do we have a vote from last time, Chaz?
For the comments?
Yes.
Let's see. So Changeling 4 just went up today. So I'm going to let that one marinate. But we do have Changeling 3, which we have never done. Hentai Consumer says, "Can you please do How Not to Zamishi? They are my favorite clan." Interesting place to request that. All things in due time, hopefully. Right now, as we've said before, COVID has kind of shat directly down the neck of our ability to do much of anything. I have ideas for future How Not To's. I'm sure maybe Josh does as well. We are working on a fairly sizable project when everything shat its pants, so hopefully.
Adam's getting vaccinated, and some of us have already had COVID, so soon we'll be able to meet and record things in person again.
And says, "Furthest I've ever pissed is about 9 feet. Longest I've pissed is probably 3 minutes. Is piss melee or ranged? Depends on how close the target is. I vote for Adam." So by 1 vote, Adam wins.
Wow. I have so many questions. Like,
How do
like 3 minutes? Like, are you okay? That's a lot of fluid.
So Adam, you get 1 bonus XP, Adam.
I've gone for at least a minute or 2 myself, I think.
Yeah, a minute or 2, but like 3 minutes?
3 minutes is excessive.
It's like 20 minutes is like the standard movement duration of like urination. 20 seconds. Yeah. 20 seconds.
Do you remember that one
20, 30 seconds.
Where I decided to stay up all night chugging Dr. Pepper to get to a Magic tournament the next day?
Yeah, your pee turned brown next day.
I totally peed brown. I remember I stood in front of that toilet for, it felt like a good 5 minutes at the time, but now I'm thinking time dilation might have played a part, so about a minute or 2.
I've never
You
drunk
must
that
have a huge bladder. And yeah, Daestra, like prostate issues, kidney problem, like, I don't know.
I've held my pee for a long time before, and I don't even think I've peed for 3 minutes. Maybe like a minute, if that. But like, I don't think I've ever peed for like more than 3 minutes. Like what?
Like,
Well, that sounds like a prostate problem.
yeah, I don't know about her end. Like it's a world record. I'm curious to know, but I really don't want to look up.
I'll look it up.
But if nobody else is voting, Melinda, you get the bonus XP this time.
Yeah.
Yay. Arigato. Thank
So
you.
1 to Adam and 1 to Melinda. Now, this is the part where I plug our Discord, the one useful piece of social media to contact us. Like and subscribe or whatever, or not.
And remember to raid channel.
Oh, I forgot to do the happy face. There you go.
The world record for the longest pee is 508 seconds.
All right. Shit.
508 seconds to minutes.
Like 9 minutes.
That's 8.467 minutes, according to Google.
Jeez.
You have to hurt after a while.
Yeah, right?
Piss for 8 minutes.
I feel like your bladder would hurt holding that amount of pee. So, like, letting it out might not hurt. I think it's just the act of holding that pee.
Yeah, if you throw money at us at our Patreon, we will use it to buy Warhammer figurines because we are in desperate need of tech priest marines.
Oh my god, no. No. Don't do that.
Josh, I think you underestimate how many people are willing to throw money at us for stupid reasons.
No. There's too many around me that I haven't worked on. Don't do this to give him to Chaz.
I'll paint the tech priest.
And we're gonna put it on every piece of technology we have to make sure they work.
Just base them on routers and shit.
I mean, we could paint them like red, white, and black, Capcom colors.
Make our own Legionis.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Did you know that?
Sorry, I was reading you some chat.
No, you're fine. The very first Space Wolf successor chapter was fan created.
Not an under.
They were the official. HTG, we love you, buddy. They were the I guess the official chapter of this just local gaming club in the UK. I think they're called the Wolf Spear. And you can look them up online. They're a real thing. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Guy Haley, one of the Warhammer writers, who encountered it and is like, I like this so much, I'm going to make it canon. And so that's how they got their first successor chapter. And now, in 9th edition, because of the Primaris Marines and Belisarius Call reusing Lehman Russ's Gene Seed, now they have successor chapters, and the Wolf Spear are in the Codex.
That's such a cool thing to have your fan thing get codified like that.
We could totally have a CAFCON chapter of Space Marines. That sounds dope as shit.
How you have to translate caffeinated conquest to High Gothic now, though?
Well, how would you say it in Latin?
I'd have to.
Is there a word for caffeinated?
Latin.
There is no word for
Gothic.
Huh?
I mean, stimulated? Stimulus?
I know there's no word for caffeinated.
What did you say, Tom?
Isn't Latin anti-Gothic?
In the Warhammer universe, it all goes into a blender.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Conquest would just be Victorum. But it's similar to a wiki and the whole when you read the wiki, I came, I saw, I conquer. But I think you'd have to reverse translate the word caffeinated. Or like Kyle said, you'd have to find a close word to it, like stimulated.
Mm-hmm. But if we were gonna make this fit in universe, Space Marine naming conventions are like the nouns. You know what I mean? So they could just be the caffeinated conquerors.
Excuse me.
We drink the Fenrisian Mead, but it has caffeine in it.
And of course, then we have to pick, whose successor chapter are we? I'm kind of down though. That sounds cool.
Yeah, no, we could put a poll on Discord or something and have everyone vote. What successor chapter should we be from?
For all of the 4 people that know Warhammer lore on our channel.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know or not. We're doing
Emperor's Children. I love it. We're fucking Slanesh.
I thought caffeine was so caffeine is from a German word, so then it definitely wouldn't have a Latin, not cognate, I guess, but a Latin.
Well, I mean, maybe, because there was a lot of contention between the two. I'm sure there's some kind of word in Latin.
Would it just be the caffeinated conquerors in normal human English?
That would be the closest if you're going with in-universe naming conventions. It's always the nouns or something. The Silver Skulls, the Celestial Lions. I guess Ultramarines kind of break that, but
yeah. Although, you're chat enough to me, Daestra.
We love you, Daestra. You are amazing. Nobody who makes memes like you is not a Chad. You have the biggest package of anybody here.
But of our fan base, according to God, now I can't remember his name, and I've made fun of him so many times. The guy who wrote Ready Player One.
Ernest Klein.
Yeah.
Ernest something?
Yeah, Ernest Klein. According to Ernest Klein, I think Glenn Couch is the chattest of our fans. As according to Ernest Klein, the consummation of pornography is associated with alpha chadness.
Well, then HTG's pretty Chad too, because he does literal like hentai reviews.
Join the Discord, become a Chad.
And with that, I believe we will bid you all good night.
Should we rate somebody though, or?
Chaz, rate somebody. No.
Okay.
Get into your one job.
Well, what's the logo though for the Caffeinated Conquerors? Is it like a coffee mug with like a D10 for the background?
I mean, we have our logo.
I'm willing to discuss it. I need to open a page on Twitch.
So is sending our people to raid another Twitch channel like opening the warp on some unsuspecting victims?
Oh God.
Demons.
Yeah, like are we? That should be another poll. Like, are we chaos or no?
You all are speaking a different language at this point to me.
Are we the bad guys or the good guys?
Or the chaotics.
Nobody's really streaming any World of Darkness. See who's doing Vampire. San Antonio by Night Aftermath Coffee Cat presents. Well, you just got you a raid.
The irony of Coffee Cat being
It's not,
made
it
by
says live.
Cat Coffees.
It's what? Apparently our fans seem to think that we're orcs, so we'll go with that one for now. Well, they think they're orcs. So send the wah.
The what?
Ad Victoria, motherfucker.
All right. Rating in 5 seconds. Bye, everybody. Tell them hi for us.
Fine. Stay caffeinated. Sleepy Adams in the chat.
Move my arm.